Alright, well, TNA Showdown is here and back this week, and I apologize for not having TNA Showdown for, well, basically the past 2 weeks. And, simply put said that, TNA hasn't really been cutting it for me, as of late. But, this week's episode, was alright to pretty good. I will admit that, and we do have, they revealed, and we got to see who they were. And, who are they? Well, I will, of course, later on in the show, reveal who they are, and, we will get to find out who it is, and, let's get on right into the TNA Showdown and not waste, well, any much more time. And, we start things off of course, with the Immortal, with, Eric Bischoff coming out, into the ring, already in the ring, actually, and, calling out Scott Steiner, pretty ticked off, and, trying to, have Scott Steiner, go join Immortal, some things, that of course, Booker T and Kevin Nash and Sting, wouldn't do, and of course, them being now in the WWE, and Booker T coming back at the Royal Rumble, and as well as Kevin Nash now being as Diesel, and Scott Steiner was there, and basically refusing, Eric Bischoff's, trying to accept his offer. He didn't. He declined his offer, and joining Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle then coming out and basically saying they are here, and that we will get to see who exactly what they meant about that. And again, I will get into just exactly who they are in just a little while. And, getting into that, that's what basically ended the promo with that. So, pretty good promo to start off the show. Then we get into the first matchup of the night, which was a tag team matchup. We had ncrican against the security guards, and which I still don't really get why the security guards are even wrestling still. Of course, Gunner and Murphy, were in a tag team match, and this was an okay opener. I really wasn't too much, into this match. I do like ncrican, so that's basically the main reason why I was into it. And basically what we saw, the rights and lefts here, and the security guards getting the attack on ncrican, each side of the, the ropes there. We see the double team moves as well. We see a double team move fail attempt by, Gunner and Murphy. Of course, missing the double team move there. We see the clotheslines as well as the big boot. Alright, so basically what we did get to see is ncrican getting the victory over Gunner and Murphy, and defeating them there with the double team, double neck breaker too. So it was an okay opener, so that's what basically happened with that. Then we come back from commercial, and we were supposed to have a tag team matchup between Bubba Ray and the Pope against Samoa Joe and Devon, and this one was basically, promo and a preview match for Against All Odds. Bubba Ray's basically saying, he's happy to be tagging with the Pope, and, Pope being, what he thinks anyway, that, Pope is the better tag team than Devon will ever be, and, Bubba Ray also saying that, he was Team 3D and not Devon. So, we did get to see that, and the Pope basically also as well agreeing, and basically saying he's gonna, take out, Samoa Joe, and that's basically it with that. Right after that, we did have, a brawl between Bubba Ray and Devon, so, didn't really care for that, that too much. So we didn't get to see a tag team match. It was just, Against All Odds preview build-up match. Not even a match, but, promo build-up, basically, and that's what basically happened there. So nothing really too special. So, wish I could care about, the Bubba Ray and Devon thing. I just really don't. And the Pope and Joe, I don't really get still. I'm trying to understand it a little bit more, but hoping for Samoa Joe to get the defeat onto Pope at Against All Odds. Alright, then we get into which I thought was basically the matchup of the night, and a match that I was really into, and it was an advancement match for the X Division Championship to see who will face who would face, Kazarian. I almost said Jay Lethal there, but, Jay Lethal was in this match, and we had a triple threat. We had Jay Lethal against Douglas Williams and Jeremy Buck, all trying to advance in this triple threat matchup, and, see who'll go on to Against All Odds and go for the championship against Kazarian. This was a good back and forth matchup. Gotta love the guys, in the X division. Definitely bring out good matches and good back and forth. Fast paced and good matches with them. So one of the reasons I do like to watch TNA is for the X division guys and bring good matches like that. So I do like that. What we saw, the roll-up attempts in this matchup, where we see the snap suplex here, we see the suicide dive, we see even the rolling chaos by Douglas Williams in this match. We see, the double team by, Douglas Williams and Jay Lethal to Jeremy Buck. Max Buck even trying to help out, Jeremy too, so he can advance in this match, and that's what basically does happen. In the end, Jeremy Buck does get to, get the defeat on to Douglas Williams and Jay Lethal, and advancing in the X Division Championship title tournament. So that's what basically happened with that. So it's more into this match, and if you didn't care for Impact, I do suggest watching the triple threat match, and I thought that was basically the matchup of the night. So that's it with that one. Then we get into right after that, and which a match type that I didn't really care for, and there's for taped wrist match, and the match type, and how the knockout would win. It just really was kind of confusing, but it was a singles match, and that was with Sarita against Mickie James, and this was a pretty good match. Mainly all Mickie, and like I said, mainly all Mickie. We see the running knee here, as well as the drop kick. Sarita trying to come back at times, and trying to tag Mickie in with her working on her hand net. So I'm hoping she doesn't get injured anytime soon, because I am going to the February 24th show with the TNA tapings. So hopefully she doesn't get injured, and I would like to see her as Knockouts champion, hopefully sometime by then. Depending on what's going to happen Against All Odds, so hopefully that'll happen. But anyway, like I said, this is mainly on Mickie, and so we're trying to work on that, injured hand there, I should say, and just trying to take it out there. We see, the submissions here as well. The test of strength too, and the backdrop suplex by Sarita as well. But in the end, Mickie James does come back in this matchup and gets the knockout, with the taped wrist. So that's basically how she wins. Didn't really, necessarily like that, but at least Mickie won. So I was happy about that. Then we get the attack by, of course, Madison, basically sending Mickie a message Against All Odds. And I believe we have, a last knockout standing match for the championship, so that should be interesting. So hopefully Mickie James will get the, defeat and finally take out, Madison, so she didn't get to at the last pay-per-view. So I'm looking forward for that. And anyway, Mickie James does get to defeat Sarita for that one. Alright, then we get into the only championship that was on the line, and that's the main event, and we had the TNA World Heavyweight Championship on the line, Mr. Anderson against Jeff Hardy. And this was a pretty good matchup too in itself. We had the pre-match brawl too, with Jeff Hardy coming out and taking out Mr. Anderson before he can even say anything. So we have a brawl with them before we get the matchup underway, come back to commercial, and then the match starts. What we did get to see the clothesline here, the crossbody, the whisper in the wind, of course, the swinging neck breaker as well in this match. We see the brawl outside too, again, a little bit during the match. Then, as Jeff Hardy was going for it, and, the twist of fate, Mr. Anderson reversed it and pushes Jeff Hardy, I believe, into the referee, so he was knocked out. So, didn't really like that. Then we got the running attacks by Immortal coming out and basically trying to help Jeff Hardy trying to get the title back. That didn't exactly happen. Of course, you know, the referee is still knocked out. And then we get to find out who they were, and it turned out they were actually here this whole time. And that's why it turned out to be Fortune helping out Mr. Anderson. And, you know, so that's what basically happened with that. So AJ Styles and Beer Money also helping, you know, Mr. Anderson get the win there. And AJ Styles giving that, you know, Styles Clash to Jeff Hardy. And that's what basically helps, you know, Mr. Anderson retains. So they are Fortune. You know, very interesting to see. So now it looks like AJ Styles and Beer Money are going to be faces. So, you know, that's basically came to a close on Impact. So, like I said, alright, it's a pretty good show this week. Depending on, you know, how TNA is going to go next week, I might bring Showdown back. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Impact. Showdown, I should say. And let me know what you guys thoughts of Impact. Did you like it? You didn't like it? What you didn't like? What you liked? And all that good stuff. And that has to do with the video. And as always, I will talk to you guys later on. Peace.